back with Rogue Trader and going to explore Quetzal Tamar. Tamir? I think that's how I was pronouncing it the last time. Let's move on. After several hours of traversing the forest, a small mountain blocks the way. Something about the pattern of the stone seems wrong. A few moments later, it becomes clear that there are concentrator parts glinting at the base of the mountain. The machines appear to have grown into the stone itself along with the dirt and grass, and with the only proof of their artificial origin being the occasional flashes of lumens powered by some random unknown impulses, a carcass is lying on a flat stone nearby, cut open and sacrificed to an unknown god.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh. Over there. I've suffered worse.
Come on.
Alright, so which way do I want to go? Follow the water. Hours of wandering bring the road trader to a tall, sprawling tree. Something shiny is stuck in the foliage. Coming closer, the Lord Captain recognizes an obsolete heavy void suit. One that has been subsumed among the growing branches. A heavily damaged skull bares its teeth, but from behind the murky glass, at least their death was quick.
I've been thinking. Are we definitely back? Could this be another kind of torture cooked up by Tervantius? Some twisted dream?
Kamora tested us all to our limits. And I am glad that I withstood the trial. It means that it is too early for me to retire just yet.
I always keep my options open.
Here, huh? The rich floor of the forest at times staggers the imagination. Among the trees covered in ivy and moss, the road trader notices a spiraling pattern of small white lumps on one of the tree trunks. Someone has cut the bark, causing the milky sap to flow down the damaged part of the tree, harden from the heat and turn into uneven rubbery cocoons. Oh, that's where I just went in.
I always have a backup plan.
The road trader requires rest, and she soon finds a suitable spot for camp. A meadow with a... okay. Xenos attack the camp from high ground, reluctant to get too close. What's going on? Let's explore everything here.
Ugh, damn it. That wasn't so difficult.
trivial task.
Oh, that's Winterscale Rogue. Alright, we're getting closer.
Let us not dawdle. What a peculiar thing.
The premonition runs true.
Is there money to be made?
State your intention. I wander through the stars.
Keep your wits about you.
Don't see the racks yet, my lord. More game rears their heads, eager to loose them. You repeat yourself, Xenoscum. Do you really think that I will fall for your trick twice? Oh, Starborn, gracefully allow this priest to speak. The one before you is not. Silence! I did not feed you to the forest beast for one reason only. You may still be of use. If you not want to die with the Xenos, shut your mouth. Lord Caligos must have lost his mind. Why else would he mistake the Lord Captain for an enemy of humanity? I'm here to return speak with gods to the village and pacify this forest. How do you know the old man's name? Has he been a spy for you this whole time? Speak! As Caligos bares his teeth ominously, the old man quickly starts whimpering something in a strange seashell like adornment he wears. Brown sparks flash in Caligos' hair, and a cloud of steam suddenly bursts from your mouth. Loathsome old twig, is that you, new blood? Fancy meeting you here. What in the world are you doing on my world? Your servants tearfully begged me to return you to your void ship. I magnanimously agreed. Useless voidborn freaks. When I return, I'll tear their legs off for doubting my strength, and their heads for not being able to settle their problems themselves. Who said I want to return to the void ship? I still haven't met a worthy adversary, one who could grab me by the throat in a death grip. The hunt is not over yet, Selena Voidstar. You know, your ladyship Von Valencias. Why don't you join in the revelry? The forests here are teeming with Xenos bastards. I'm not greedy. There are enough trophies for us both. Instructions written new. Wow. Wow. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your presence on Quetzal Tamir. Really? And I should like a tender sea-severed steak and a bottle of Calixine Emissac. What misery! For 10 moons already I have been forced to subsist on grass, roots, insect larvae. Save your questions for later. I'm not talkative when hungry. Let's find a way to the old man's village, and then I'll give you your audience. The forest home of this priest and people have always been full of wisdom and life. But the fire rain called by the outsiders from the darkness, one great moon and one small moon to go anger at the forest spirits. This priest must find his way home to the heart of Quetzal Tamir, perform the soothing rituals alongside his tribe. Until he does, the spirits will suffer and twist the trails. Until he does, the Starborn will not be able to return to the stars. You have already destroyed 4 Xenos ships. Is that not a great victory in itself? Cease the hunt, and I shall make the Xenos leave your worlds forever. Retreat when the enemy's bones are already crunched underfoot. Alien blood must flood the lands of Quetzal Tamir. Only then will the Xenos have paid for their insolence. True, I'm not as generous with my enemies as you are, Selena Voidscale. Had the Dennis attacked the capital of my protectorate, I would not be so spineless in my retribution. I'm just curious as to what makes you grovel before me begging for forgiveness on their behalf. Then the first order of business is to return the priest to the heart of the forest and calm its rage. Well, what are you waiting for, new blood? I wandered these forests for 30 nights and not find a way to the old Twigs village. We'll see if you bring us any luck. Move out. Oh, I don't like him at all.
I always keep my options open. I always have a backup plan. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The forest lie with constantly rustling of thick leaves, creaking of wood, as if the trees themselves are walking around like lumbering, looming people. But surely it's just a trick of the eye. Plants cannot walk, can they? This looks different.
Well, what do we have here?
I have learned much in my exile.
This could be an opportunity.
My success was inevitable.
Always
Keep a
your
sharp
eye on
eye.
prize.
Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Ooh.
Oh, the irony.
Excuse me, sorry. Hey, I did it. Everything happened just as Speaks with Gods foresaw. The starboard are back, and with them are... Enough of your bleeding, old hag. I already told you your speech offends me so. It makes me want to cut out your tongue. I am sick and tired of aimlessly trudging through the woods. Old man, I am a hunter. Without a quarry, I turn into quite the beast. Speak with Gods is ready to conduct the ritual, old Starborn. The heart of the force is calling out to me, so let this priest serve his gods, not in word, but in deed. It is done. This good-for-nothing psyker has finally proved himself useful. I didn't have a good night's sleep and enjoyed the local delicacy. One good thing about Quest of Tamir is that the fruit here is sweeter than Calaxian honey and more tender than the meat of the young rocks. You should get some rest as well, Selena Voidstar, and remember, it's better to go hunting when you are full of vigor, but slightly hungry. The hunger adds acuity, makes the kill more intoxicating, you know? Let me know when you are ready to depart, or if you decide to share a few stories, then come to the bonfire. It's not often that two rogue traders can indulge in confidences away from prying ears. I want him to die. I want him to die. Just leave.
Is there money to be made?
Water.
I always keep my options open.
That's different now.
I always have a backup plan. Keep your wits about you. Always keep your eye on the prize.
Speaks with the gods welcome you, Starborn. How can Speaks with gods help you this time? Tell me about yourself, old man. Speaks with gods is the name of this humble servant of the forest, rivers, or mountains. For when the two-headed eagle god speaks, this servant listens and recounts the words to his tribes, and the tribe carries out his will. The servant of dreams, nightmares, and reveries can see things that others cannot see. What is transpired and what is yet to be. Your appearance in the heart of the forest and the priest falls for it. The consequences it bears for Quits of Tamir. What consequences of my coming to this world did you see in your visions? The Sky Herald stands at the crossroads. I see all of her choices and see none of them, but this servant knows one thing clearly. The Starborn must go to the Deadlands and destroy the one who should have long been dead. The sunset rays will paint the heart of the forest crimson if the darkness leaves it, and the two stars will part, then meet again. Crimson, crimson, the fading light can still be saved. Forgive this servant, Sky Herald. The waking dreams are often the most painful. That's strange. I can't see or hear anything from the other side. But I'll go ahead and say it since nobody else wants to. I don't like this one bit. So if the darkness leaves the forest, something bad will happen? I thought it was usually the other way around. Tell me about your tribe. We are the children of the fiery mother and the pale father who took us by day and guard us by night. The faithful servants of the two-headed eagle god who shields our lands from misfortune with his wings. We are the ungone, forest-dwelling children of the earth and the guardian of the temple of Quetzal Tamir, the first Starborn to have ever set foot on the virgin soil of this land. Tell me about Leads Ahead. Leads Ahead is the half-sister of this servant of smoke, fire, and ash. He was the first to emerge from the mother's womb and thus named the next ruler of the tribe. and this servant was the shield to fend off disaster from his ruler. Many years later, when the gift of the eagle god awakened inside this servant, Leeds had named her brother the priest of her tribe. Your way of speaking is strange, just like your sister's. Forgive the servants of Quetzalcoatl for their speech, O Starborn. No matter how much the ancestors tried to pass the language of the gods on to their descendants, the tribes seldom use it, for the gods only descend from their heavenly palace, not more often than once in 3 life dwells. I have other questions. The servant knew you would say that. Did the ritual truly make the forest safe? The spears from darkness brought the fire rain down on Quetzalcoatl, killing many of the tribes who had cared for the forest, young and ancient. This blasphemy enraged the guardian spirit, but soon as this servant of the winds, rain, and sand soothed them with the ritual sacrifices and divine sorcery, their wrath gave way to mercy. Did you not foresee this in your visions? The dreams come and go, Sky Herald of the faraway stars. Sometimes this servant of the gods can understand the mystical visions of the days of old or the future, but even speaks with gods cannot fully comprehend the divine design of the two-headed eagle god. Sometimes I am blind even when I can see. You are a good man even if you are an unsanctioned psyker. Blessed is the life that serves the two-headed eagle god and his sky heralds. Tell me, how did you and Winterscale survive all this time? The Starborn who carries the seal of Quetzalcoatl's descendant is strong in both body and will, as befits a god. This servant, like the rest of the entourage, had grown weak on just the 7th night of our journey, but the Starborn continued to lead us on fearlessly, pressing forward to seek out the spirits from the darkness, even among the twisted paths delivering the sky's judgments. This servant of the grass, flowers, and trees regrets only the imminent death of the Starborn's companions, the one you call the Seneschal. He quarreled with the ironclad guardian, and his words enraged the Starborn, and thus he slashed the unfortunate man's body up with his axe and threw the remains to the wild animals of Quetzalcoatl for them to feast on. Do you mean to say that Winterscale killed his Seneschal? This servant saw everything with his own 2 eyes. It is not proper, perhaps, for a mere speck of dirt under the heels of a sky herald of the two-headed eagle god to muse upon the deed. However, the servant did sense with his entire being the rage that possessed the Starborn at that moment, and the ironclad guardian reveled in this god's wrath. Ironclad guardian? I suppose you mean Caligo, Winterscale's arch-militant, Warden the Grey? Warden the Grey seemed dangerous to me even on our first meeting, but our time spent together wandering the forest cemented this notion. Must take my leave. May the two-headed eagle god shelter you under his wing, O Sky Herald. Sorry, all that reading has kind of tired me out. Alright, let's go see what these other assholes have to say.
Is there money to be made?
A nice walk, wasn't it? You may have helped us navigate the living forest clutches, but don't let it get to your head. I would have managed this myself sooner or later. Sooner or later. I have some questions to ask of you. One day you too will grow sick of all the talking, and then you too will choose shooting Xenos on a wild planet over endless intrigue. Fine, we have plenty of time, so be it. I will give you a private audience. If dear Corder knew how close-knit he had become, she would have surely branded us conspirators. Alright, first of all, stop calling me New Blood. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Wait around a couple decades, New Blood, and let others get used to you. It is not often that we have a fresh new rogue trader in our circle. Let's discuss the Aldari problem. Why do you care about them so much, New Blood? Go ahead, try. Convince me that the vile Xenoscum deserve the mercy of Caligos Winterscale. Remember, you only get one chance to try. Egbert the Deft made a promise that your dynasty would fulfill any request from me if I were to lead you out of the forest of Quetzalcoatl. Consider my idiot voidborn nephew dead. Besides, you haven't led me out of the forest yet. You've only brought us to his heart. Still have time to kill all of your precious Xenos before I become formally indebted to you. Don't think you can outsmart me at such games, New Blood. You've been a rogue trader for barely any time at all compared to an old hand like me. If that was your argument for Xenos at last, you have miscalculated, Selena Voice, sir. I do not wish to discuss this any further. Last attack, you cannot control the thoughts of this monkey, just as you cannot make the river flow backward. Words cannot always move the mountains and dry seas. Sometimes, only blades can. I hear you decided to oppose both the Lord Inquisitor and the Quarter Dynasty. Avoid cracking me at them both for all I care, acting as if their war on heresy and the expansion is just starting. I've been living it for decades. I don't need an inquisitorial preacher. I certainly don't need Cynthia's goodwill. So tell me about Quetzalcoatl. Your inquiries are curious to be sure. Quetzalcoatl is a planet with a rather dreary backstory. A long time ago, it supplied my great-great-grandfather with tons of succulent fruits and thousands of cargo containers filled with a special building fiber from the local forests. The population all lived in large cities a safe distance away from the tangled paths and trees, and then this quiet life was dashed by Xenos raids. They burned down the cities and shackled our people faster than our ships could help. In the end, the local governor ran away, leaving the remaining people at the beast's mercy, and the people in turn fled the big cities that attracted the Xenos. That is how the force that the rabble feared became their salvation. The planet fell into decay. There was no one to populate the cities, and there was no one to extract the resources. Quetzalcoatl expected 3 new arcs filled with settlers to arrive from Imperium, but in 500 years not one of them has reached the expanse. Do not turn your gaze on me, Alantak. It is not my kin who desolated this world. How did you survive in this forest all this time? The forests of Quetzalcoatl are not like the jungles of Katakan, New Blood. The only thing that could kill you here is your own stupidity, or an unfortunate coincidence in the form of a stray Xenos or rare predator. Rainwater for breakfast, nutritious lava for lunch, and fermented fruit in the place of wine for supper. One cannot wish for better hunting grounds. I have noticed your people look utterly woebegone, while you do not have a single scratch upon you. That means that my people are weaklings, and they shall change that soon. As for me, I have been of stout constitution since the day I was born. At first, Caligo shrugs his shoulders indifferently, but after looking closer at his companions, he raises his brows in surprise. It seems that the Rogue Trader just realized the validity of your words. I saw the corpse of your seneschal at the forest camp. The old man was a weakling, and that is why he is dead. That's what happens when you can no longer fulfill your duty to your master. Wharton grins in contempt, his entire being expressing his disdain for the seneschal. Caligos carries himself with an air of indifference, but the son of Europe his forehead betray his regret. Many fine warriors have perished on this hunt. Raise a toast to their name when you can. Well, it's time to go seeking Eldari. It is about time indeed, Selena Voidstar. It may take a while to find their trail, but Wharton here has a keen eye. His sense of smell can rival the any old dog. We will do just fine, especially with the forest being on our side now. Let's go, trying not to fall behind.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The Emperor favors me today.
I always keep my options open.
Refuel temple. to see the Farseer. A stately Idira warrior steps forward, calmly looking at the intruders. His armor and its adornments gleam in the sun despite the traces of dried mud and caked blood. The Farseers instruct me to send you away, Monkey. However, Ursula stopped meekly heeding their counsel, and besides, there is my sister among you. I am curious what the outcast's message is. Nocturne. Vain rhetoric, a masterful display. Your temper, brother mine, you ought to quell. Bravado has no place within this play. Indeed, the merchants proved this all too well. This actor is excellent, who did alight. Upon the stage now, will this piece compete? By choosing a final apposite? Who shall survive and who their doom shall meet? I don't know about you, Selena Boystar, but these Xenos bastards give me the creeps. This one in the Dapple Motley, I want to kill him right now. Nocturne of Oblivion. It has certainly been a while. What are you doing here? With the embers glowing cupped to my two hands, I bear them through the deluge to the hearth. I'm here to resolve this conflict, peacefully. A tapestry complex is peace, and one that many threads demands for warp and weft. For this design thee wills together spun, its reed will sate in hands of weaver deft. The gruesome scars of past distrust bewailed, with compact subtle gauze shall now be veiled. And I do not. A glorious chase must end in a glorious battle. And I like these Xenos. I will put the horned one's head above the hollow fireplace, and as for the shiny one, I will just chop his ugly mug into bits. Do you see? All Monkey are the same, wild, foolishly avarice. Empty shells, there is nothing interesting about them. True enmity, unerring blind, two kinds. Youth, fierce and ravenous with some seething blood, and old, who refuge find in arrogance, past revulsion's hood they cannot see. The single path that both of them unites will two fall into steps and dance as one. The laugh of just unending knows alone. Your ships are destroyed, Cruderak is lost, and so are the Farseers. You sacrificed everything to attack this world. Why? We did not attack this world, Monkey. The last of the Cruderak's children assembled once more to skewer the master of flesh, Taventius, from the memory of the universe, the homunculus who abducted and tortured the Farseers from our craft world. We learned that he is hiding in this world, but something prevents our Farseers from discovering his lair, and so we are forced to act decisively. The Camarog Master of Flesh is here. We must destroy him. That is what we're here for, outcast. Stretch out your hand, grasp the spear of vengeance together with us. Plunge into the dark heart of the architect of this torment. You call purging an entire world a decisive action? Our Farseers, to whom we have managed to save, could not name the exact location of the flesh sculptor. Even after our ships had circled the world for the third time, something prevented them from seeing the truth, something powerful. We knew your patrols would soon discover our presence, and so we decided to do something else. To exterminate the homunculus alongside the world he had chosen as his refuge. The Monkey are flooding the galaxy at the speed of a meteor shower. This world will repopulate, eventually. Is a single world not worth eliminating a powerful enemy who threatens hundreds of such worlds, both yours and those of my kin? How about we ring the next of the puny Vert, Vater? And you still deem him worthy of conversion? Your kin had a solid reason to attack this world. I see no issue with sacrificing the lowborn if it helps a good cause. Never doubted it, Elentak. The homunculus is a threat to both our species. You know well that his dark heart and perverted mind are capable of Travantius must be destroyed, and my kinsman took on the role of vengeful blade. I presume there's no void. Well, tell me about the homunculus. Where is he? I will not say a word until you let my kin depart this world. I think I could strike a deal with the Xenos, but with you, not so much. A temporary alliance, so be it. Children of Assyrian fight with the fury of Caleb Mensha Cain. I knew you were rotten to the core, new blood. I am not surprised. The more trophies, the better. Blood for the Rogue Trader's throne. It's close to saying blood for the blood god. Trader, I'm going to bash your rotted brains out and wash the Von Valencia's blood. Oh, blood god, accept this sacrifice, skulls for the throne of skulls. See? Yep.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Rejoice! Slaughter awaits!
Where can I get some safe spots? Oh, Avalon, I want you out front. That's not good. Not effective. Eek. I charge you.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Someone else can do this. It will be done. Grey hair, sure hair. At your beck and
Alrighty, huh? Cool.
no matter the cost. A tactically sound approach. I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Indeed. Ha ha! An exemplary strike. At your beck and call.
Your efforts amuse me.
If I must. I understand your intent. This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If I must.
Neither fear nor hesitation.
of discord.
Skitya, my Keramite hide is strong.
Strands of fate, guide me. No enemy will thwart my purpose.
Guided by faith. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. I am his will made manifest. As the Emperor commands, I act. You, my Emperor. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. Doubt is for the weak.
I dance upon the winds of war. My resolve is unshaken. Scars adore.
See how the wolf succeeds!
Even taught you to fight like this!
My strike is ruin! Comes with I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument! So it shall be hand with thunder! By the wolf's side is ruish!
You can do worse, but not by
Feel
much!
the icy bite of
Who even taught you to fight like this?
Wolves reign! None can...
Who, if not me?
It's better to hunt alone than with you!
I know how difficult it is to go against the will of your king, yet I cannot hide my joy that we both lived through this moment and came up with a tale to tell. I don't know how Monkey would benefit from retaining one of her own, but our temporary alliance has fostered a fragile peace. Let it remain for now. However, I dare not complain, for my kin, the hour of triumph has arrived at last. Once the master of the flesh is no more, we can go to the edge of the stellar expanse, away from the gaze of the Monkey, and peacefully wait for the arrival of our allies from distant stars. What are you talking about, Sharon Kai? Good stares intensely into the eyes of the Diari warrior, but his gaze remains perfectly calm. I can interrupt the conversation. Outcast Yurliet has some good news for you. Our Farseers have managed to contact the children of the craft lord Elitok. As soon as your fellow outcasts will visit the part of the galaxy called the Expanse by the Monkey, they will take us away and give us a new home, and... Is that what an adherent of the Path of the Warrior wishes to tell me? Were these words meant to comfort my heart? Oh, Assyrian, your children once again seek to appease their pride by sending their kin to the Monkey worlds for slaughter. The Farseer's mistakes doomed Kruderak, Sharon Kai, and their excessive cruelty and thirst for revenge almost ruined those of us who managed to survive against all odds inside the void world between the alien stars. You know it just as well as I do, but you keep doing their bidding. Oh, Sharon Kai, you could take the Webway Gate, go away from the danger and tribulations of the Expanse, but you have chosen to stay here instead. You are dying. You are feuding with the Monkey. Have the children of Assyria spilt not enough blood? Have been losing our home not enough? Why do you wish to expose even more of your kin to mortal peril? It's too late to change anything. The deed is done. The will is honored. The outcasts from Alatok will come to the local stars. We will leave alongside them, sister. Juliet, are you going to leave me and escape with the rest of the outcasts? Is that what worries you now, Nolantak? I may leave the Expanse someday, but the only thing you should be concerned about right now is how to appease the wrath of my people. It will take the warriors of Alatok many years to discover the Webway Gate, capable of bringing the strike force into the Expanse. Perhaps you will be too old by then, and on your deathbed you will hear the tidings of the children of Assyrian coming to exact their vengeance. Worry not, Alatok. It is my turn to rescue you and your people. Rescue me? How? Like a forgotten shadow, the solitaire steps into the light and leans forward with interest, a spectator watching the culmination of an exciting performance. During the exile, I met many companions who temporarily joined me in my endless travels. One such companion was a fellow outcast who had already completed many paths. It was he who told me about the ritual of unity, an exciting opportunity for one's spirit to reach out and touch the infinity circuit of the craft world, familiar to the Farseers who perform it. Sharon Kai said that the Kudarak Farseers have already contacted Alatok. This means I can too. Has the darkness of space driven you mad during the exile, sister? Not even the ones walking the path of the seer with all their powers joining the souls of the ancestors inside the circuit. They are wise to know that the ritual is perilous for the soul. Your chances of success are simply negligible. You would die before you achieved anything, and even if you would not, ask yourself fairly, why should the ancestor listen to a simple outcast? Like you said, Alatok is a world of my fellow outcasts. They're not going to hurt me on purpose, and this is giving wings to my hope. Look me in the eye, Sharon Kai. Do you wish to end the suffering of our kinsmen? I can see the reply in your heart. You must accept it and help me. The Expanse has had it rough lately. We do not need trouble with the Aldari either now or in the future. Unless the warriors of Alatok arrive in this part of the galaxy, the sons and daughters of the Kurdak are going to perish among the worlds of the Monkey. Is that the fate you wish for us? We will have to find another way. I understand that it's not easy for those who have lived all their lives sheltered within the craft world to accept that sometimes life leads us down different paths. But the path that you and the Farsi have chosen only leads to more pain. More pain? Perhaps you managed to prevent the death of our kinsman and Murison on Little Athenian? Aberrani told me everything that happened. This is your life and your people, Juliet. I will stand by your side no matter what path you choose. And I do appreciate it, Alatok. I did everything I could, Sharon Kai. You know what you should do. The solitaire does not intervene, but shifts his gaze to Sharon Kai, as if expecting to hear the last line of the play before the curtain falls. May Assyrian forgive his children. Fetch the Farseers. Tell them the outcast wishes to perform the ritual. We will wait for them here. The strange energy that permeated the clearing where the paths of the humans and Aldari happened across is gradually dissipating. All eyes turn to Juliet, the Aldari who managed to survive the deadly ritual, and woke up looking thoughtful and enlightened. Have you survived? Assyrian showed you mercy, outcast, and so did our ancestors in the Infinity Circuit. Tell me, sister, what was their answer? I'm tired of the Farseer's blindness and my kinsman's hatred, Sharon Kai. All the choices of our people led only to suffering and the loss of our loved ones. I no longer wish to be an accomplice to somebody else's hatred and pay for the mistakes of the ones who were supposed to guide us toward the light, but led us instead into oblivion. I convinced my kin to divert the river of their anger. The outcast cohorts will arrive in the expanse unseen, unheard, but not for the sake of war. They will find and take away those who remain, the last sons and daughters of the Cruderek. Then they will leave the Monkey stars without a trace, forever. Brothers and sisters would not dare ask you for more, Yurliet. I understand your choice, even though my spirit cannot fully accept it. Yurliet, are you alright? The Eldari sorcery looked dangerous. I am fine, Alantok. Thank you. Thanks to you, I have finally reached the end of my path, this path, and I am grateful I had you to walk alongside me. So what is happening now? After the Master of Flesh has been dealt with, we will go home, as soon as possible. Do you still hope to find the homunculus? The Farseers cannot find where the Master of Flesh makes his lair, for an unknown force is hiding him from the penetrating gaze of the Wise Ones. The children of Assyrian have never encountered anything like this before. Having circled the world several times and failing in our search, we ventured to unleash the pent-up fury on the planet in hopes we would be graced with fortunate accidents. Alas, the fate of the Master of Flesh remained unchanged. The Farseer could feel the beating of his black heart, were powerless to do anything. This is when our rangers began to deduce the coordinates of his lair based on the readings of the Wise Ones that landed untouched by the fired weapons, and they would have succeeded if the Monkey had not attacked our fleet. I will share the information I have gathered, but I hope that even a Master of Flesh will not be able to elude two pursuers at once. I would not mind cooperating in the future. I do not think that is possible, Monkey. Our temporary alliance will run its course as soon as the ships of my kin leave the Expanse, where I hope to never come back here again. Let's try that. I reach you of Caligos, brought back to you. Do not such acts merit a reward? The gratitude of the children of the Assyrian to your kind is a precious reward in itself, Alantak, but I have been watching your kin for a while now. As a gesture of goodwill, I suppose I should reward your labors in a way more customary among the Monkey. This is my first and probably last gift to you, Alantak. May it serve you faithfully as it served the children of the Assyrian. It is time to track down the homunculus. We will search the part of the world where the local star sets down. You should go where the star awakens. Good hunting to you. Alright. I loot this stuff. Let's loot.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, he's dead? Oh, they sacrificed him. That wasn't very cool. Yeah. Good kill the bots. Something else over here.
I always have a backup plan. Always keep your eye on the prize. What a peculiar thing!
I don't know better stuff. You see, equip the already pistols.
Is there money to be made?
Where's the way out of here?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Unless I have to go back to the shuttle now and fly. We'll wait here. Into that. So yeah. Let's level up. Alright, this is where we're going to stop for today. I just leveled up. And come back. I'm going to see if I need to go to the ship or go... If I can go another way through to get to it. But I think I might have to go to the ship. I'm not sure. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It means a lot, helps the show grow, and I do appreciate it. Until next time, I love you guys. Hope to see you again soon. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.